Hey guys, Sleepless Author is here. Welcome to my living room. You may occasionally see my cats in this video. Today I want to talk about 7 ways to stay productive during your commute. So this is going to be a little bit for drivers as well as mass transit riders. As I've done both, I know very well that either route can be rather tedious at times. So my number one way for any type of commuter to pass the time and make it a little bit more productive is to listen to audiobooks. If you want to, you can listen to fiction for fun, just to make things a little bit more enriching and enjoyable. That is admittedly what I do quite often. But you can also listen to personal development books. You can listen to books written by like key figures of today, like really interesting autobiographies and biographies of people like Elon Musk. That's a pretty cool way to turn your commute into a learning experience. And then number 2, this one also applies to both types of commuters, although I will say this might be a little bit easier for people riding mass transit. My next recommendation is you should try to learn a language during your commute. Hear me out. If you're learning a language, if you want to take a vacation somewhere, every day while you're commuting, you can kind of think to yourself, okay, I'm studying this, I am learning this because I have this goal and I'm going to go to this place. And that's pretty motivating. But even if you don't have a goal like that, even if you just want to be able to communicate with more people or potentially even learn a language for your job to make yourself more marketable in the workplace, like that's a really excellent reason for it. If you're driving, there's actually a ton of YouTube videos. Obviously, don't watch, just listen, where, someone will pronounce the word, give you a translation, and you can just mimic it back and echo it. A core foundation of learning any language is just kind of repeating the words and really like ingraining that repetition into you. So, no better time than the commute to kind of do that same thing every day, right? So number 3 would be to make a to-do list. Set realistic goals for yourself and just kind of make a list. If you want to do it mentally, you can do it mentally too, just of all the things you want to accomplish. So think about what you want to accomplish for work. Think about if you get a lunch break, if there's something personal that you want to do on your lunch break that will, advance your various different goals. Number 4, I know I said this wasn't going to be my typical writing advice, but here we go. The commute is a great time to write if you're riding mass transit. I know it's not the most ideal place to write, but if you can bring a notebook, a laptop, or even just your phone and try to pen down some short stories or poems or even just journaling, just writing of some capacity will really make that time go by way faster. All right, number 5, catch up with friends and family. So there's a good chance that there's someone in your family circle or social circle who is commuting at the same time that you're commuting. If you keep odd hours, then this might be a little bit harder to find. But anyway, my point is, find someone who you need to keep up with more, even if it's just like your mom or some kind of relative like that. And, try to be like, hey, why don't we try to call every Tuesday at this time just to chat and catch up? This is a good way to pass the time and also just strengthen your bonds with people. Number 6. This one is almost exclusively for mass transit commuters, drivers, forgive me. But work on marketing or even just socializing. I feel like almost everybody nowadays has a side hustle. We're all pushing something to try to, make that mythical passive income. Work on highlighting your business or even just your personal work. If you are a writer, artist, any kind of content creator, spend a little time socialing out your stuff. There's no harm in socialing out a particular type of media more than once. You just have to space it out and do it strategically. For example, BuzzFeed will typically share any one piece of content that goes up on their website at least 3 times in the first week. If you don't have a whole ton of content going out, then you might not want to social your stuff out quite this frequently, but there's no harm in doing it maybe a week or more apart. Do some research for whatever type of content you're doing. Definitely look into the best times to post, but ultimately, push your stuff, make your voice heard. If you don't have any kind of side hustle going at this point, then try to use social media in a more connected, productive way. So I know social media, a lot of it is about lurking. That's what so many of us do. We open it, we scroll it, we don't really do any kind of valuable action on it. However, if you make it a point to comment and actually try to start conversations with people, then using social media might feel a whole lot more rewarding for you. last one, number 7, but this is one that's going to be more for mass transit folks. If you're driving, this is probably a bad idea. But mass transit people, try to practice mindfulness or even just relaxed meditation if you can. I realize that, trains and buses are super loud, so it can be pretty hard. But if you can, plop on some noise canceling headphones, really try to drown the world out, and just try to either meditate, empty your mind, kind of find a state of calm amid all of the chaos and noise around you, or just practice different mindfulness exercises. It can be really motivating, and I mean, mindfulness has a whole wealth of benefits for people. So if it's something you're interested in, try to take your commute and make it a time where you can practice it a little bit more. So that's all that I've got for you guys. Please, if you want to keep up with me on other platforms, I've got links down below to Twitter, Instagram, where I post poetry, and also my Medium blog, where you'll find lots of productivity tips and fun stuff like this. So have an awesome day, guys. I'll see you next time.